Yeah, we good on that end. Darian, what's good with you, dog? Sick Beast, what's good with you? All right, man, we about to get this thing going. 1 hour shows, that's what we doing. Hit 1 hour shows. You know how we do. YouTube, what's good with you? Let's go ahead and cut the music. Appreciate you rocking with me on this Tuesday, December 18th, 5:41. A little behind, but you know, we still gonna get this hour in on BlogTalk Radio. Also, streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Also be available on iTunes, PodBean, Google Play, TuneIn app, and various social media platforms. So if you aren't here live, you're missing out because this is a call-in show. 760-695-1106 is the number. Again, 760-695. This is the number if you want to call them. Got a couple of fun topics for y'all today. Didn't bring a lot of notes because I don't want to do a lot of talking. Hopefully people call in and we can interact back and forth. Yeah, Darren, you know the phone line always open, man. You know, I open the phone lines immediately so we could get it popping, man. Because like I said, I know people got short attention spans. The show used to be like 2 hours long, but I'm gonna try to stick to 1 hour. So that means I will immediately open up the phone lines, man. What's good with you, Boogie? So today, Lamar Jackson and the new era of the running quarterbacks. Is he serving that shut the hell up juice right now? Are the Carolina Panthers eliminated for the playoffs? I need to talk to my man Shake and Bake to see what's going on, what they're gonna do with Cam next. They're on the verge of they may not get that first round bye, and it's been like got to talk about James Harden and his traveling ass self and that travel we saw yesterday when he was doing the electric slide and then got the foul called on Rudy. So that's what it is, man. We're gonna have some fun. So before we get started, man, episode is sponsored by Abra Insurance. Abra Insurance of Virginia, service in the state of Virginia for over 20 years. Go to abrainsurance.com and also go to STHUjuice.com. Get your Shut the Hell Up Juice apparel if you haven't already. Christmas time is coming up, so if you made orders before today, that definitely get to you by Christmas. What's good with you, Darian? Hold on, let me get you some body. What's going on? Hey, been a minute, dog. We back on. Like I said, man, we had to start a new a new YouTube channel, man. And the last one, I don't know what happened. They zapped it and said it violated some community guidelines. And I don't know where it came from because ain't like I'm out here cussing and fussing and doing stuff. But, you know, we just made another one.
What's the YouTube channel?
It's just the Ball Hawk Show.
Oh, okay.
With Cam. We'll start off with Cam, man. So yesterday, for those who weren't paying attention, Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers took an L to the Saints. And if I'm not mistaken, they eliminated from the playoffs. And he played hurt, didn't play that good, threw a pick. I mean, and ain't too much you can say, man. They basically boo-booed the bed. I think they started off like 6-2, now they 6-8 or something crazy like that. So, yep.
If he can't throw past 5 to 15 yards, he had no business being in there. I think this might have cost Ron Rivera's job because you can't, you know, that's the money. Cam Newton is the franchise player.
Yeah.
If y'all can't take care of this, man, I mean, what are we doing? You know? I'd rather have seen Taylor Heineke in there, you know. One of the greatest OSU quarterbacks ever. You know,
okay.
For like 5 years with the football program.
Okay.
But, you know, like, I feel like I did hear something, and it was a pretty good point. Like, I don't want to make it like a whole big race thing, but, like, you commend, like, Brett Favre playing hurt and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But Cam say something about him being hurt. You can visually see the man is hurt. And they talk about, oh, well, he doesn't get a pass. And, you know, kind of still, and then it's kind of like, all right, so what is the Panthers franchise go from here?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That was gonna be my question to you. Is like, where do the Panthers organization go from here? Do you try to sign free agent receivers? Are you looking in the draft for receivers? it seemed like they've missed on the past couple of receivers they've drafted. I mean, as far as the body type and what Cam needs, they went and got Benjamin and when they got Funches, just big tight end looking receivers that X factor out of the backfield, gives you a lot of matchup problems. I don't know, man. They need something. And then offensive line. I do like with Norv Turner and his son, what they done with Cam this year. I felt like Cam has had one of his better years outside of his MVP season. When you look, when they was before they went this losing streak, and I think he may have gotten banged up. What was it? During the second, right around the Bucks game, it really came out that he was hurt. Yeah, nobody knew before then.
I think he what ended up happening was that same shoulder that he injured ended up being the same shoulder that got messed up again. So I mean, obviously there's a deeper problem, like he said. And I mean, you can only go by what he's saying. If he's doing everything he's supposed to do, he really doesn't know what's going on with his shoulder. Why are you playing him? You know?
Yeah.
I feel like some of the blame has to fall on the head coach. I mean, how many more times we're gonna keep giving Ron Rivera a pass? You know? So, and I mean, how many years, he just now starting to get it. He finally got a receiver, like, a good receiving core. How many years did he go without one? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you gotta put some blame. It ain't just on Cam, like they, the media try to make it seem like. I think it's an all-around thing,
I mean, the thing about it,
that's just my opinion.
Yeah, and the thing about the Carolina Panthers offensively, right? So we know Cam has a big arm. We know he loves to stretch the field, throw deep. Once he got that shoulder injury, you understood that Christian McCaffrey would become the vocal point. He leads them in rushing with 979 yards. Christian McCaffrey also leads them in receiving with 768 yards. So here's a guy that a lot of folks, the white Reggie Bush coming out of college, and Christian McCaffrey has definitely lived up to the billing, and he is as good as advertised. And so Cam has that weapon in the backfield. Now it's time for them to truly invest where Cam can get the ball out quick and then kind of break that narrative that Cam can't read defenses, that he holds the ball too long, and that's why he's inaccurate.
You gotta understand too, it doesn't help that his two starting tackles got hurt in the beginning of the year too.
Yep, there you go.
That didn't help neither. So his blind side is available at all times. So he can't throw the ball just sitting still. He's always on the move. And he's not per se accurate, even though he has a very strong arm. He isn't per se accurate. He was never really super accurate. But at the same time, like, you see the ball that he was throwing yesterday. Like, I was in pain looking at him throw. It was bad. It was bad.
So my man, so JaVale posed a question on Facebook. He said, "Hawk, is Christian McCaffrey the best overall back in the NFL?" And as much as I'm a huge Christian McCaffrey advocate and fan, I can't give him that title.
No.
You got too
many other ones that can do the same skill set.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt, even though he did something crazy.
Yep, Kareem Hunt
has the same skill set.
You got your boy out of New Orleans.
Forget about Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell is a receiver playing running back.
Yeah. I guess he's just looking at because if you look at that yards from scrimmage, though, look at this year is close in receiving yards and has over 1,000 yards rushing.
Exactly.
So
you don't have the half the blocking.
Yeah, productivity wise, I think Chris McCaffrey is the best receiving back just because of all he can do. He can literally line up in the slot and play receiver. But a guy like Le'Veon Bell isn't playing this year, so you kind of scratch him. And we all know he's legit. But a guy like Todd Gurley is legit as they come. Ezekiel Elliott is more than serviceable catching the football as well. They just don't ask him to do that. So I wouldn't give him that moniker.
Yeah, and then from what we've seen, I mean, most of his catches is in the flat.
Yeah,
you see a lot of plays like they did for Kareem Hunt and Todd Gurley down or Le'Veon Bell down the field. So I mean, you got a lot of guys that's kind of like in the Marshall Park category, that can do both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real. And so my dog Beam said he has a Damn, that's a great question. Does he play with a sense of urgency in clutch moments?
I think he quits on himself too fast.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to make an excuse for him, but you can kind of see the writing on the wall, and I understand you may have to fight through something.
Yeah.
But I think he confused too fast. Like, not really calling him a quitter, but you know how you can Miller and DeMarcus Ware that day.
Mm-hmm.
There was no stopping him. It was inevitable. They were talking about, well, he could have got the ball out faster. Who is he throwing to? And that's always been my thing. Like, okay, they're blaming him every time he's throwing the ball. These cats is dropping a rock.
Yeah.
He ran into a buzzsaw the last drive. Of course, you're supposed to have that sense of urgency. But when you sitting there like, man, I want to be able to do this, but I physically my body just cannot. I mean, I'm trying to will my body to do it. I can't do it.
No, that's real. Yeah.
And he was trying to break, he was trying to break trying to hope for somebody like, say, McCaffrey to break loose. But I mean, even for last night, it wasn't all Cam's fault neither. Because how many plays did they break up field and they get called back for holding? That's just undisciplined football.
Yeah.
Which is why I said, when this coaching and other players, of course, you're gonna blame the quarterback, yeah, right or wrong, whatever, they're gonna blame the quarterback. But it was a lot of times they kept shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah. Hey, JaVale,
had a chance.
JaVale, you off mute, fam. Whenever you ready after Darian.
Oh no, I'm listening. I'm listening, bro. I'm listening.
What, man? You don't call to listen. You call to
politics.
All right. So look. While we talking about Cam, it can help me transition to Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson is what I call the new breed of the mobile quarterback. Here's a guy that, since he's been a starter, is giving you at least 16 to 17 carries, close to 100 yards. Hasn't taken a lot of big hits, and people are still really cautious because he has so many carries. So it has me wondering, how come the dynamics of a running quarterback changes once they get to the NFL, when they've been doing this basically their whole lives, high school to college. We see him in college. We see these quarterbacks be so dynamic in college, running the football. We're excited. We know how that stresses the defense. And then when they get to the pros, we automatically just assume that they are soft, and we assume that they can't run the same in the NFL because everybody's supposed to be so much faster. But Lamar's getting it done. So what y'all say about that?
Okay. I'll take that first. As being a ACC fan and seeing Lamar in person, you know what I'm saying? My opinion is, and you brought it up yesterday, Hawk, about you didn't want to compare him to Robert Griffin solely because of the injuries.
Yeah.
Okay. If Robert Griffin hadn't had the injury at Baylor, Lamar Jackson was Robert Griffin 2.0.
Yeah.
That's the only difference in them. They're the same person. Okay. So what Mike and Kyle Shanahan done with Robert Griffin his first year with Washington is exactly what Harbaugh is doing now.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different. It's no different. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That read pass option, it's really the linebackers, because the safeties are always on the receivers or the running back. It's the linebackers who are in no man's land when it comes to that type of running game. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the Colin Kaepernick situation. You know what I'm saying? That run pass option is different. And with Colin and Robert Griffin and what's my man from NC State, Russell Wilson, like, they changed the game. You know what I'm saying? They changed the game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's the same. He's the same thing, but I think Lamar Jackson's arm is what sets him apart from all of them, because defenses have to worry about, because this boy can throw. Like, he has a cannon. You know what I'm saying? That's what sets him apart, because they have a dominant defense, and Russell Wilson, when he came in, you know, the Seattle Seahawks defense was like that. You know what I'm saying? They fell off the past couple of years, but they getting back. But to get it back to the whole point, you know, I really feel, man, that the NFL is going to kind of change to the college aspect. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to go too far on our boy at UVA. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that because I promised myself I was going to change the narrative. But if you have a quarterback who is dynamic in both areas, shit's gonna have to change, bro. And my boy Tim Tebow made it legit a couple years ago, but everybody wants to fail to realize that Tim Tebow was a amazing college quarterback and athlete, and his first couple of seasons when he was successful. Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I can't.
He said Tebow was amazing.
Like, not so much amazing.
As a college quarterback, Tim Tebow was amazing.
Can you let me finish? It wasn't just Tebow. I mean, he was amazing, but he was amazing because of the talent that he had around him. He had Aaron Hernandez. He had Percy Harvin.
Killers.
Who else he had?
Okay.
He had a lot of people.
Okay. You just named
you just named
two NFL players.
Two right off the top of my head.
Right. Okay. So let me rebuttal. Can I rebuttal? Can I rebuttal?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you understand that was college, right? And Aaron Hernandez will probably be playing right now in the NFL and probably be a top 5 or 6 tight end if he hadn't done what he done. Okay, we all acknowledge that. However, do you understand what Tim Tebow did with the Broncos in the NFL?
What'd he do?
I'm not talking about college.
What'd he do?
He's doing basically what Lamar Jackson's doing now.
Yeah. Okay.
He ran the ball 70% of the time. He was efficient, and they made the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what it's about. As a quarterback, that's what it's about. It's about being efficient and winning games.
All right. Let me say something to you. I heard that you said Tebow was efficient like Lamar. Tebow completed less than 50% of his passes, man.
But he threw a whole lot. Lamar Jackson doesn't throw. Tebow at least threw. McDaniel at least tried to make Tebow all around passer.
Okay.
Lamar doesn't want Lamar Jackson to pass the ball.
That's a great point.
He doesn't want him to throw the ball.
That's a great point. And then when Tebow and that offense came back in the fourth quarter, guess what they did not do?
Right, they didn't
pass the ball. So that's not really.
I understand.
You know, that's
so I'm not
bad coaching.
Hope. That's what I'm saying.
You know?
I'm not saying, but I'm saying if you get a coach who's willing to because a lot of NFL coaches are arrogant, as most successful people are, right?
Yep.
And they don't want to change what they